What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Rebuilding Chelsea. Today we have Watford in the Premier League and Bodo slash Glimt. I don't know. Some Norwegian, I think. Yeah, some Norwegian team. We're playing them in the Europa Conference League group stage. So far, things have been going pretty dang well. As you can see, we are currently top of the table with the game in hand on Arsenal and West Ham. So we're in a pretty dang good spot. We've looked really good. We only have one loss, I believe, on the season. And it was to Liverpool. So since we last saw you, I saw you at Levante Arsenal. Played Tottenham in the EFL Cup second round, and we played really well. We just handed them their lunch money. It was nuts. That was one of the best games we played all season, really, based on who we were against. Tottenham are a very good team. So that was a very good result. I don't know if they were rotating a little bit. We rotated a little bit. As you can see, Eggenschweiler came in. Diaby and Nicholson, our backup center back pairing. Busk, Savage, Effiong. So some backups in there, some starters, but I rotated a little bit because I knew this Man City match was coming up, which we won 2-1 thanks to a 67th minute winner by Daryl Wilson, who's been on fire this season. He's been better than he was in the championship, and he was pretty dang good in the championship. He's gotten off to a better start now than he did in the championship, I believe. So it wasn't the best game. It was a pretty even game, but I think we fully deserved the win. I'm pretty sure we were the better team, so it was satisfying to say that too. It wasn't home, so we probably should be winning that match. If we're wanting to win the league, we should be winning that match, but we have. In our first group stage game against Norwegian, we won 5-1. Husk with the brace, Enrique with the brace, Savage with the goal, completely rotated. Eggenschweiler is literally our full backup squad. I don't think I had Daryl Wilson and Gabriel Enrique were only starters out there. I'm saying with every player that has potential, really. Hudson's got a little bit. Diaby, I don't really have a potential center back. They're all kind of at their potential, so I'm just going with our backup center backs of Diaby and Nicholson. Marcelli's got potential. Effiong. Fleming's got a lot of potential. Busk has a lot of potential. Savage has a lot of potential. Wilson and Enrique both have so much potential. They're both 5-star potential guys, so I want to give them as much football as physically possible. So I rotated for that game because I knew this Liverpool game was coming up, and we absolutely dominated them. If you look at the match stats, it wasn't close. 24 shots to 5. They had 3 shots on target, 0.54 XG, and scored 3 goals. We had 24 shots, 10 on target, 3.25 XG, and scored 2 goals. Yeah, that's one of the most... and we had 58% possession. I don't know if I've ever been FM'd harder than this game. It was absolutely unbelievable. They scored their first 2 shots of the game. Then they had 1 shot that didn't go in, and then they scored their next shot. So they were 3 of 4 on shots going into the back of the net. And one of them was a freaking worldie. Just absolutely ridiculous. I don't remember which one it was, or I'd show it, but yeah, it was frustrating because we were by far the better team. They absolutely stole that result from us. We then played Fulham in the EFL Cup third round. We won 2-1. Not as convincing as we played Tottenham. I don't know what... obviously I've rotated even more for this game. See, it's pretty much our same squad that played against Norwegian. So full backups, full potential squad. And we won 2-1. Daryl Wilson and Gabriel Enrique with the goals. It was a solid performance. They scored in the 6th minute, and I started to get a little bit worried, but we roared back pretty quickly. We then played Wolves in the Premier League, beat them 3-0. Daryl Wilson with a brace, a 9-minute brace, that is, or a 2-minute brace. Scored in the 7th and 9th minute. Soler scored in the 57th minute to give us the 3-0 win. They played Sarajevo, and it was a little disappointing for, what are they, a Montenegrin team? Bosnia and Herzegovina. So they're a Bosnian team. To only beat them 2-0 was pretty disappointing. I played the same team that played against Norwegian. And Enrique had a brace, but no one else really did anything. Daryl Wilson had a poor game. Pretty much everyone but our defense and Effiong and Enrique had a poor game. So it was kind of disappointing. I don't think they had a single shot, though, so it's not like it was ever in question. They didn't have a single shot. Not shot on target. Not a single shot all game. Then played Aston Villa. Beat them 4-1. Daryl Wilson with another brace. Busk with the goal. Nicholson with the goal. Rotated a little bit, but not that much. Nicholson came in. Other than that, Curtis came in. Cerulis had to come in because of an injury. Gavrich played. And then other than that, pretty much our starting squad. So Lair didn't play, but I wanted to do a little bit of rotation because I figured we could beat Aston Villa with some rotation. Not full rotation, but just a little bit, and we did. So now we've got Watford, and then Bodo, Glimt, whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce that. Why are you two teams? That's not fair. So let's get into the Watford match. Look at the team selection I've picked. It's pretty much one of our strongest squads we can put out. John Ring is just coming off of an injury. He got injured in training, so he's not fully fit to start this match. So Marcus Connor's going to start, and I'm training him to play left mid, so I'm going to play him there. Daryl Wilson starts on the right. Savage has to start at attacking midfielder because Gabriel Henrique is on international duty with the Brazil under-22s, which is frustrating. Hudson's going to get the start at right back. Genovese and Blake at center back, our main starting partnership. Alex starts at left back. Gashi in goal. Dawson starts, and Andrew Mather starts. So a pretty strong squad. I'm going to give Wolves the respect. They're not doing that well in the league. They're like 14th. But they started off really poorly. They were 20th after like the first 3 or 4 game weeks. So I've got to give them credit. They have a lot of really good players. So I can't take them gently. I can't, completely rotate the squad and think I can still beat them. So I want to put out a strong squad. I think this is a pretty strong squad. So let's get out there and see what we can do. I'm going to say the media have given you a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display. I have faith. I have faith. And I have faith. How are things between you and Frank Lampard? I can't speak highly enough of him. Love Frank. Daryl Wilson has been pulling all the strings in midfield lately. How important will he be today? We certainly hope he can keep that good form going, and he expects that of himself too. He has been fantastic, but Watford has some good players. Michelle, Herrera, Kelly, all of them are $100 million players. So they're very good. So I can't, like I said before, I can't completely rotate for them because they will beat us. And it is away from home, so they will definitely beat us. They are 6th, 17th. So not a great start. 2 wins, it looks like, from their first 8 games. 6 losses, that would be, if that's really how it went. So that's not good. But we have to respect them and try to play our game. And so far, we have our first highlight here in the 14th minute. Connor with the ball in. Genovese, I still don't think he's got his first goal for the club. I expected some more goals from him because he's 6'3" and he has 18 heading. I don't remember what his jumping reach is. It's like 15, 16, something like that. Maybe even 17, but it's pretty good. He should be getting a few more goals. I'm targeting him on the corners now over Blake, even though Blake's taller, but he's not as good with his headers. He's not as accurate. So I want the more accurate header to be the one I target, and that's Genovese. As they're looking for a ball over the top, but Hudson gets it. I'm kind of worried about Hudson for this game because he's just not that good. But I wanted to get him a little bit more match sharpness. I want to try to keep as many players match sharp as I can, just in case I have any injuries and I need somebody to come in. I want to be fit and ready, so figured I'd rotate him in. With the other strong squad around him, I thought he'd kind of be helped out, be able to mask his deficiencies. Let's see, though. Another highlight here in the 27th minute. It's going to start with Watford. They're going to clear it out from their goalkeeper. We should get on the end of this. Hudson gets there. Back to Genovese. He's the guy I want on the ball from our center back partners. He's the more ball-playing center back. He's a very good passer. Soler gets the ball, and he chips the keeper. His 10th goal of the season. I think he's matching Wilson for the most goals on the season right now. I think they both have 10 goals. So it's been a very good start to the season to both of those players. Savage only had 14 goals in the season that they got relegated. So, or not Savage, Soler only had 14 goals in the season they got relegated. So I think we're going to do a lot better than that. If he's already on 10, he's going to far surpass that output. I don't know. I've said it many times. I don't know how this team got relegated, but it's such a good team. We should be competing for the title. We should be definitely competing for top 4 at the minimum every single season with this squad. There's plenty of depth, plenty of strong starting ability. We haven't lost too many players. We've only lost one really first-team player, and that's Diagne, and I think we've replaced him pretty well with Mather. Mather's gotten off to a good start in this series, in this season. Is Darryl Kelly, I pointed him out at the beginning as being one of their best players, and he scores after the 42nd minute against the run of play. We have controlled this entire match. They have one throw in. Michel heads it on. Neves puts it across, and back to Herrera, who puts it across. The two men I pointed out as their key players. Alak can't get in front of the cross, and it's an easy tap in. 1-1. Mather's going to look for a pass through the middle here. Savage into Wilson. Wilson is going to extend his goal lead. His 11th goal of the season. Daryl Wilson is a superstar. I don't know the other England center backs, but I feel like he should be... Wait, is he even... Yeah, he's English, right? He's not... Yeah, because Savage is Welsh, I'm pretty sure. Am I getting that right? Let me look. No, he's Northern Irish. So he should be Northern Ireland's number one. It looks like he is. What a Northern Irish player that is. Does he have English second nationality? Because if so, I think he could have made it from the England squad. No, he doesn't. He just has Northern Irish. He speaks Dutch. What is that from? Why does he speak Dutch? I guess he went to Vitesse for one season, so that's why. He learned it pretty quickly, though, if you learned Dutch in one season, fluently. But he is definitely Northern Ireland's number one. He probably would be England's future number one if he was English. He's just that good. Genovese on the ball, though, with the pass to Blake. Into Mather. Into Alak. Looking to go down this left-hand side into Connor. Oh, and what a goal. What a shot by Marcus Connor. Didn't have a whole lot there. Goes with his left foot into the top left corner. Keeper can't get across quick enough. He catches the keeper a little bit out of position. The keeper's a little bit too central in his goal, and he makes him pay. Keeper left far too much space at the near post, and Connor just put his foot through it. And it had a foot like a traction engine, and it goes into the back of the net. Great finish. We are 3-1 up. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. Everyone's playing well, pretty much. Our center backs aren't doing anything special. Dawson and Mather aren't doing anything special, but everyone else has had a great performance. I hate deep line playmakers in this game. They just never get good ratings. Like, I love the position, but they just never get good ratings, and it's frustrating. F. Young's going to come on for Wilson. He's going to pull back a little bit to play a little bit deeper. But yeah, deep line playmakers never get good average ratings in this game, no matter what they do. Like, you can see, they can have like 10 key passes and it still won't give them a good average rating. I don't understand what the difference is in this season compared to this. What's the word I'm trying to think of? This series or this FM. I don't know what's different in this FM from the previous ones. Iteration, that's the word I was trying to think of. I don't know what's different in this iteration of FM that's different from the previous seasons, or previous versions, but yeah, deep line playmakers just don't get good ratings ever. If you get a deep line playmaker with good ratings, hold on to him forever and hold him tight because he is a superstar. I'm going to leave Connor out there, I think. I don't really want to bring Ring in if I don't have to. He's coming off that injury. I don't really want to risk him, so I'll leave Connor out there. I'll take Mather off, bring on Busk. Now Connor's injured, so I kind of have to take him off. What is the injury, though? It's a bruise. You're fine. I never take players off that have a bruise because you're not injured. You have a bruise. It's not a real injury. We need an attacking midfielder, and I've taken off Mather, so I don't think we have anyone that can replace Savage. We don't have anyone else that can play attacking mid. I could move him to defensive mid and bring in Jonathan Curtis. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to move Dawson back as a defensive midfielder on defend. And then bring in Jonathan Curtis. Give him some match sharpness. He doesn't play a whole lot of football, but I don't have him in my long-term plans. Obviously, he's like 30, 31 years old. Praise the team. Another good victory. 3-1 win. It looks like it's what it's going to be at the end. Win over Watford, who, like I said, are still a good team, and this is away from home, so this is a doubly impressive victory. Savage with man of the match. That's good to see. Savage is... I don't remember seeing him do anything, but apparently he played really well. Wilson also got a pretty good rating. Soler, Connor, Alak, Hudson with a good rating. That's good to see. I was kind of worried about him. Well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Now we've got some international, not yeah, some not inter, I guess international, some international competition, some Europa Conference League football. What sort of impact do you think getting a goal just before halftime had? It's a great time to score because it forces the opposition to completely alter their plans for the second half at very short notice. How long do you think this unbeaten run can last? Is it realistic to expect it to continue? We're doing well, but we've got a long way to go until we're matching the likes of Real Madrid. We are 4 points top after pretty much everyone has played 9 games. Leeds are the only one that haven't. They could actually, if they win, they get to 3 points behind us. So Leeds could come second. Connor out 1 to 2 days. I figured because it was a bruise. Savage had 2 assists. So, okay, that's why he got such a good rating. Good to see Savage doing well. Now we've got Bodo, Glimt. I think we're still going to be without Enrique, so he's going to start again. Savage, that is. I don't know. I could start. Actually, no, because I'm going to play the 4-2-4. He's still going to play. He's going to play on the left, just not an attacking midfielder. He's one of my European guys that I go with. You know, he's one of my potential players that has a lot of. Well, he doesn't have a lot of potential anymore. At one point, he had 4.5 star potential. Now it's just 3.5 stars. So he can be a solid role player. He's never going to be a star. Yeah, Vidovic hasn't played much, but he hasn't shown the level of ability. That works. That's not true, but that always works usually. Always usually. Well, I will see you for the European match. Just a few more clicks for me. Just 1 click away for you. And we are ready for our Europa Conference League match against, I'm not going to say their name again, that Norwegian team. You might have noticed earlier, but we have made a new signing on loan. Milan Vidovic on transfer deadline day from Everton has joined Chelsea as just a kind of backup striker just because our 2 main backups start for us. So I wanted another backup out there. And Milan Vidovic was available for half his wages on loan. And I really like Vidovic. He had a really good first season in the Premier League. Second season was pretty good too. They just didn't give him enough game time. They didn't really trust him, I guess. He played well, so I think he can do well in the Premier League. I think he's a great signing. If we get one injury to a striker, he can definitely come in if I need him to, and I trust him to start. So Vidovic is just too good to turn down. I kind of need the position, and he was the best player I could loan in, so I went with Vidovic. He's back. I enjoy having him here. I enjoy having a former Everton player here. We obviously had one last season, and we have one again this season, so both on loan. But this is the squad I'm going with for this match. This is basically my second squad. A couple players played in the under-23s game recently, so they can be in here. Marcelli's played in the under-23s. Singh and James Fleming. Enrique's still on international duty, so he can't come in. Usually Fleming would start there. Enrique would start instead of Vidovic. And what's his name? Marcelli would start instead of Aller. So those are the only changes I make for usual European matches, but had to change it a little bit. But this is still a high potential squad. Still have young players in here who can grow a lot. Dawson, obviously, I don't know if he has any potential anymore. He says he still has a little bit half-star potential to grow. 24 years old, he still can grow a little bit, and he needs some match sharpness, so I'm fine with him coming in. Busk, buttloads of potential. F. Young's got a little bit. Savage got a little bit. Darrell Wilson, buttloads. Vidovic, I need to get him some game time so he stays match sharp. So he's playing in this match, but let's get into it for our first European match that you've seen in charge of Chelsea. In the Europa Conference League, that is. This is a great opportunity to show all the pundits they've been right to back you up. Absolutely. I love giving that team talk. Always gets a good result, and they are very inspired, motivated. Do you think your side will find motivation a problem against a team like them? My team is always motivated, regardless of opposition. Does it help your chances that Ove Hansen Lien is out today? I think I've actually heard of that guy. I think I scouted him at one point. One player isn't enough to swing the match in any one team's favor. This is Chelsea versus them. I'm not going to say their name again. I'm just going to get it wrong. Like, is that pronounced like an O? It's an O with a line through it. I don't know what that is. We don't have that in English. That's not a character. Whatever. That Norwegian team, that's their name. So, don't know any of their players, obviously. But we should be able to beat them. They've done okay in the league so far. They lost their first match against Varajevo. Oh, Vidovic goes for the chip, but he puts it just wide of the post. They lost their first match against Sarajevo, but they did beat Nordsjælland. So they're right up there with a chance of progression. We should probably be beating them. We should probably win every match of this group stage. But we also have to see. We might slip up once. It's just kind of set to happen. You're going to get complacent, but obviously we're also playing some youngsters. So that's not a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. He looked pretty far outside the box. But obviously that's one reason why I like playing the young players, because they have a little bit to play for. Like, they've got some motivation to try to get on the pitch, try to get more game time, so they want to play well. So I'm trying to avoid a little bit of complacency, as that's surely not a penalty. It is not. I don't know why that even was a question. It didn't look close. So, no penalty, but it's pretty disappointing we haven't scored in the first 10 minutes. I like to get off to quick starts, and we'll see if we can here. We have a chance now with Dawson on the ball. He gets tackled, though. And it's going to go to their player, but instead he heads it on. I don't know why they do that in this game. Why are you heading the ball on to no one? Effiong with a great first touch. Chests it down, puts the ball across, and it just hits Wilson. I don't think he actually shot that. I think it literally just bounced off of him and went in the back of the net. Whatever it takes. He shinned it in. I'll take it. Effiong, though, with a beautiful touch to get past the defender. Showing off his pace. Gets a nice ball across. He does kind of stick a foot out there. It kind of bounces off. He kind of intentionally does it. I'm not going to say one way or the other. But Sarajevo have taken the lead over Nordsjælland as well. That would be surprising if a Bosnian Herzegovina. What is the, is that, I guess just Bosnian? I guess Herzegovina doesn't get included in there when you talk about them as like a group, just Bosnian. So I'd be surprised that a Bosnian team would go through out of the group stage against like a Norwegian team, and Nordsjælland are Danish, I believe. So two pretty decent countries, obviously they're in the game while Bosnia is not, as Milan Vidovic gets his first goal for Chelsea in Europe. A nice little counterattack. Their keeper goes for a long kick, but it gets knocked down by Effiong. Not a very good kick. Wilson finds a good ball through. Vidovic with a good run and an even better finish underneath the goalkeeper. We are 2-0 up. This is more like it. Looks like we're kind of getting comfortable now. Players are starting to play well. Effiong's had a good game. Wilson's had a good game. Vidovic starting off well. I don't know if we deserve 2 goals, 1 XG, but they don't deserve anything. They have .03 XG. We've been the much better team. Very pleased with his performance. Keep it going. I'm not going to tell them to not get complacent, because I think they probably can get complacent and be all right. Like, a complacent Chelsea is probably still like twice as good as a not complacent this Norwegian team. Have a highlight here in the 70th minute. Our first highlight of the second half. Wilson on the ball, running down this left-hand side, looking for a ball across maybe, but he gets taken down, and the referee's going to have a look at it. That might be a penalty. I think Busk is our best penalty taker on the pitch, so he would be the one taking it. That's another good thing about signing him. He has like 16 penalties, but no, it is not a penalty. Apparently it was a good tackle, so, I mean, I couldn't really say one way or the other. Usually a penalty is given there, so I kind of was on the side of that probably being a penalty. But apparently it was clean. Savage has not had a good game today. Bring in Marcus Connor. Make sure he's playing as a winger. He should be. He is. Let's make that sub. Who else do I need to come off? No one else is playing poorly, really. Udson's not playing the best game of his career. But I guess I can bring on... I don't really have a right back to bring on, do I? Allaire can play it right back, but I didn't really think that one through. I'll take Dawson off, bring on Jonathan Curtis, and I'll take Busk off and bring on Muhar. Actually, Effiong's tired. Let's take him off, bring on Gavrich, and Muhar hasn't played a whole lot this season, so I'll bring him on. See the game out. Praise the team. They didn't do anything in the second half, but we got the 2 goals we needed and kind of just coasted the rest of the way. Vidovic with a pretty good game. 1 goal. His first goal for Chelsea. Connor, it's going to be 3-0. Vidovic now has well, it doesn't count as an assist because it got tackled off of him, technically. So Connor gets the goal. Vidovic gets kind of an assist. Not technically, but basically an assist. The defender slides in and tackles him as he's on the ball, and the ball goes right to Connor. That's kind of a lucky goal, but we didn't need it. We're going to win no matter what, so who cares? We win 3-0. Fully deserved. They had 3 shots, none on target all game. Very pleased with the result and your performance. Not the best performance of the season, but a solid performance that we needed. Sarajevo did beat Nordsjælland, so Nordsjælland are nearly out. Obviously, they're only 2 games behind Sarajevo, but that's not a good start to lose your first 3 games. Especially losing, obviously they're going to lose against us, but losing against Sarajevo and the Norwegian team, that's not a good look. So it's not looking good for them, but it's looking pretty good for us. We're 3 from 3. And hopefully we should be going through this with this group without a loss. So I don't know why. The first time we had a game, we got like 3 million for the win. Now we're getting like 223. That's kind of what I thought we were going to get. I don't know where that 3 million came from. If that was something else that I wasn't paying attention to or what, but I don't know. That's weird. F Young with a good passing game, 8 key passes. F Young's been in really good form this season, so I'm very happy with F Young. I don't know why I'm advancing a day. Just used to it. You're used to advancing the day every single second, but now I need to look for where we're going to come back. I think we're going to come back for this last game against Sarajevo and Everton. I think that's the match. Go against our former team in Everton and Sarajevo in the last game of the Europa League group stage. We've got the EFL Cup against Birmingham in between there. They're just promoted with us, so we should be beating them. Got a couple other Europa Conference League games, so it should be pretty comfortable victories. 1 home, 1 away. Sarajevo, the last game of the Europa Conference League group, at home. Then we've got the FA Cup coming up after that. I don't know who we're going to get yet, but hopefully it's going to be an easy team. So I'll see you in next episode for Everton and FK Sarajevo. If you've made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.